music is spiritual. I think there's two sides of everything though. You know what I'm saying? If there's a good influence, or if we say there's a bad influence for something, there's always a good influence, right?
Yeah.
And
there can't be just one.
It can, you know what I'm saying?
And so about it. Look, they had the wives come I'm here for the blues, but you're here and you're cheating on your husband in here. You have the people that are drunk that are having the gluttony. They're here for the alcohol. Like there were so many things that it was showing with the music being the base, the foundation of it.
Yeah.
So do y'all think for the average person they need to watch that shit 2 or 3 times?
I think it's looking for out of it.
I think, and this is I've only watched it once, but I can say like with everything that I've peeped already off the film, there's always more to take, right? You know what I'm saying? It's a 2.5 hour film, you know what I'm saying? And you sit there for 2.5 hours and you're only able to retain so much, you know what I'm saying? And so I think it's something that will grow on people over time, and every single time you watch it, there's something different you may take away from it.
Just like even the kids' movies, like we be watching stuff, I'm like, I did not know they said that in Mulan.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so like say 10 years later from now, we'll watch it with, like more experience, more knowledge on us, you know what I'm saying? And we'll have an entire different, it'll mean something entirely different for us. You know, as to where now it means what it means to us now, because
the music stood out to me right now the most, but like later it might be like deeper than that.
Yeah. You know, like and for myself, you know, like I enjoyed the film like mostly because of the way the story was told through film, you know what I'm saying? Like obviously it's an original story, you know, but like just how everything was shot, you know, how we were brought in and immersed into the story through the camera, you know what I'm saying? It's very...
And I loved how powerful they made the black people in an older film. Like most of the time when they in older films were just slaves. Like they showed the slavery, but they showed like the freedom. They showed
outside of that.
They were still picking cotton, but it went like, niggas pick cotton. It was like, shit out here.
Yeah.
We gotta show y'all we still doing this, but we're not forced to be doing this.
Right. I think, and it was at a time period where we had a choice. You know what I'm saying?
Except for those prisoners that got shot.
Yeah. But you know, like, because it was still chain gangs and shit at the time. You know, like, but
that's what they had those.
But no, yeah, it was a beautiful film. You know, like, and from beginning, I missed the first 15 minutes, unfortunately. So I'm missing part of the story.
No, I watched
you know, like,
the whole
so
thing. In the beginning, it really wasn't much except for them buying the house.
Yeah. But I feel like every piece of the story is like important, you know. Like, did they show how they got the money?
I think that they foreshadowed how they got the money. I guess they
foreshadowed it to Robin. Yeah.
But they didn't show exactly how they got the money. But they basically started off with them buying the house and like talking shit to the white clan members. That's how it started.
Okay.
So it really wasn't too much that.
I mean, they gave us backstory on who the Klansman was.
And that's why I feel like they should have been a little bit more context to shit. Like
and that's what I think. And if there is a film, I'm sorry, not if, but when this shit is released on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever, I believe it may be like an extended cut, because you know I'm one amongst many people that want to know like what the natives was doing to Homeboy in the beginning, because Homie was fucked up. Homie was fucked up.
He was burning from the sun.
He was burning from the sun, but he was also running from the natives.
Because he knew that
he was running from the natives. You know what I'm saying? Like
that story would be good as a plan. The bullets didn't work.
But you gotta think. You know, even back then, like the natives always, even now, like, you know, like you can like talk to any person that's native, you know what I'm saying, and they'll have stories about, you know, like what do they call them, shapeshifters and all these kinds of things. Those stories go way back.
Yeah, they
do. So you got to think back in those times, they're a lot closer to those stories even being originated.
Like they could have had like in the beginning, like when the beginning credits came in, they could have been telling an old tale or
type
something.
Shit. I feel like they already knew what he. Obviously, they knew what he was. And so I feel like because they already knew what he was, even Annie knew how to kill him.
I knew he
you know what I'm saying?
I knew there was a vampire when they first started. Well, first of all, the son, and then two, when he was asking to invite it in. And when you follow like mythology, you know that.
And that's the thing. Annie knew how to kill him. Annie knew because they were asking to be invited in that they were vampires. So if Annie knew, and she's on her witch doctor type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like for sure the natives knew. And I think he was running from not only the son but them as well. You know what I'm saying? And then, because if they would have called his ass outside,
it was up. Because it was all shelter and all this
and
stuff.
so, you know, they tried to save him real quick. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't listening. I was like, all right, bet. You know, you got it, bro. Peace. And yeah, but I think I do want to see like what happened prior to him flying.
The story of the
like
vampire could be its own movie, but I think they did just the right amount of the use of them.
Yeah.
Because if they would have went any further on the description, it probably would have just turned into a vampire film. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
It wasn't a vampire film.
And y'all realize, like, also too, when they introduced the vampire shit, the way it came in, it wasn't. They gave us a base and a premise before any of that occurred. You know what I'm saying?
Because he killed the people.
Exactly.
Wait, what?
Like, I mean, honestly, the introducing was it the Native American man when he went up to the house?
That's what I was talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was the introduction.
That was the introduction.
premise.
But that's what I'm saying. I want to know what they was doing to bro for him to be running from him. You know what I'm saying? Because
They was killing him.
even though he was getting fucked up from the sun, which was apparent, but like he also had like cuts and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so like I think exactly that's what I'm saying. I was telling her, you know, I think they knew for sure.
May God be with you,
if
bro
if Annie knew, you know what I'm saying, and she knew how to kill him, the natives for sure know. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of like, especially being that close to. That's what I was saying to Paris was like, you know, being that close to the time period where those stories were originated, you know what I'm saying, and these discoveries were made amongst those people. Like, bro, they for sure know what's going on. And I think they was fucking him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they was fucking him up. And bro,
he was running away from him.
Away, and he was running away. You know what I'm saying? Like, sun was still out, so he was, you know, dipping and dodging through the shadows, you know, but.
He was really finna turn up. If he would have got away for a little bit longer and let that sun go down,
bro,
he would have turned up on both.
I will just say that Michael B. Jordan was the perfect person for that.
To play it.
You know what? And I'm not the hugest Michael B. Jordan fan. No. We were talking about it last night. Like his role as Killmonger, to me, had a lot of corny parts. You know, a lot of cringeworthy parts. To me, I think. All in all, like the movie was great. Like Black Panther 2 was great, you know. But
I think a lot of black.
Do y'all remember what the theaters were looking like when that shit dropped? Niggas
bro,
was going to the theaters in dashiki.
Bro, it was amazing.
And
it was
all
beautiful.
that type of shit.
It was beautiful. I just wasn't a huge fan of his performance in that movie particularly.
Speaking of Michael B. Jordan, though, I was about to get into Creed. How do you feel about that?
Creed, I like the series or trilogy.
Yeah.
Again, you know,
I feel like
Michael B. Jordan just don't sell it for me entirely.
Really very good masculine role for him.
Yes.
Like I feel like it showed his masculinity in the way that I feel like I like. Because I feel like before he was a handsome man, but he had like a lot of corniness to him. But I feel like this showed his masculinity in an attractive way.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I'm always impressed when somebody has to play twins. Like anytime somebody has to play twins, Tom Hardy and Tom Hardy and Legend. I don't know if y'all seen that. You seen it? Great movie, great film. But you know, Michael B. Jordan. What was dope was like you could see the personality shine through both roles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like being able to take on two entirely different people. You know
Definitely
what I'm saying?
shows the versatility,
it shows the versatility, the range, you know, the
creativity,
the talent,
the focus.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, acting is hard as fuck. If you really think about it,
and he's a fucking like major fucking talented guy, bro. And in my opinion, I know I said I didn't like him.
I didn't love to play.
He's been in the game for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's a child actor, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro.
A gangster.
Are you guys both performing tonight?
I am. Yeah, let me actually. I'm gonna go check out this performance, y'all. Bees.
Man.
So we got some performances going on over to the left. We're just out here chilling, hosting a podcast for the event.
Some cool little shit, man. We got good vibes going tonight.
We got music, we got alcohol.
Everything, man. Yes, sir.
You gonna pause it? Alright, we have our first performance who's performing right now.
Miles Lowe.
Miles Lowe is performing right now, so we're gonna take an intermission and watch the show. We'll be back.
We'll be back, y'all.